Today is the 5th day in the murder trial against Janelle Kaleb. Today, jurors heard an audio recording of Kaleb describing the night of the murder. 22-year-old Kaleb of Jamestown is accused of murdering Abdi Ali Ahmed in April of last year. Jurors heard Kaleb say that she saw Ahmed unconscious and lying on the ground shortly after he had left her home with 34-year-old LaRon Lee Howard, who is also being charged in the murder. In the recording, Kaleb explains that she and Howard put Ahmed in the back of their car and went to Del Monte Jones' house to do drugs. Jones claims that the two joked about having a body in the car. In the recording, Kaleb says when she and Howard left Jones' house to return home, they left Ahmed on the side of the road. The case continues tomorrow. Well, the two Colorado men accused of kidnapping and possibly killing Montana woman Sherry Arnold are going back to Montana. They appeared in an extradition hearing this morning in Williams County District Court. Judge David Nelson granted the motion to send the two men to Montana. Attorneys for the two men argued that there was no probable cause for their arrest or any evidence linking them with the crime. However, Judge Nelson said it was not up to North Dakota to determine these things. The state only had to determine if they were suspects. The court did indeed determine they were, in fact, suspects, and today, the 47-year-old Lester Waters Jr. and 22-year-old Michael Spell were transported to a Montana detention center. A single vehicle crash near Lisbon has left a 56-year-old Rolla man dead. The North Dakota Highway Patrol says Don Boosted failed to stop at an intersection while driving on a road in Ransom County along Highway 27. His vehicle collided with trees after leaving the road and entering the ditch. Sergeant Joshua Rood says Boosted's injuries led to his death Sunday morning. The crash is still being investigated. Well, the weather has been great so far this week. Let's check in with Jessica Gulseth to see if this warm trend will continue. Jessica?
Thanks, Caleb. Well, it was a little cloudier than most would have liked, but we reached a high of 36 degrees. Hold on to your seats, Jamestown, because tonight we can expect to see about a 20% chance of snow. Sometime after midnight, we'll see some light flurries. Accumulation should be low. Tomorrow, again, a 20% chance of snow, this time before noon. We will, however, still reach above the 30-degree mark and see a high of 35 for the day. As the sun sets, we'll see a low of 16 degrees. Thursday could be our warmest day this week with a high of 37, almost 40 degrees for the day, dipping down to a low of 17 overnight. Friday will be a little cooler, a high barely above 30 degrees, sinking to a low in the mid-teens for the night. Saturday, another high in the 30s, and Sunday looks warmer yet. A little snow in the forecast, but we can still expect to see enjoyable temperatures. That's all for today, Jamestown. Now back to you, Caleb.
Thanks, Jessica. Republican presidential candidate Rick Santorum will be stopping in North Dakota tomorrow. The former Pennsylvania senator announced his intent to visit the state late last week. At 10 a.m. tomorrow, he is scheduled to tour the Hess gas plant at Tioga in the northwest part of the state. At 12:30, he is holding a town hall meeting at the Tioga Public School. After that, he will head to Fargo for a 7 o'clock rally at the Holiday Inn. Now let's check in with Jarann Johnson to see what's new in the world of sports. Jarann?
Thanks, Caleb. The Timberwolves continue to struggle. Last night, the T-Wolves were defeated by the Orlando Magic 102-89. A bright spot in the loss for the T-Wolves was their great post play. Nikola Pekovic and Kevin Love both picked up double-doubles in the game. The Wolves will play the Charlotte Bobcats at 7 p.m. tonight at the Target Center. A victory will break the T-Wolves' 4-game losing streak. NDSU's women's basketball team was in action last night. The women's team lost a close one to UMKC 68-64. In local sports news, the Jimmies will host a double-header versus Mayville State tomorrow. The men and women's teams have already defeated the Comets this season. Jimmy victories would ensure a Comet sweep for the season. The women's game is at 5:30 p.m. and the men's game follows at 7:30 p.m. That's it for sports. Back to you, Caleb, and have a happy Valentine's Day.
Thanks, Jarann. Well, that's the news for this February 14th, 2012. I'm Kaleb Hruby. Please join us again tomorrow when we'll once again be connecting the campus with the community. Good night.